Hi, this is Anna Crowe with the Get Real podcast, where CEOs, CMOs, and communications experts share their real advice. It's 6 questions under 9 minutes because we get to it real fast. So let's get to it.
Good.
Welcome, Mike. In a few short sentences, please tell us who you are and what you do.
Good afternoon, Anna. I'm Mike Gassman. I'm founder and CEO at In-Hand Health and our new teledentistry division of Align Flow. We're excited about Align Flow. It's a unique product at a unique time. It's powerful, easy to use. It's powerful, easy to use virtual care platform, that helps dentists and orthodontists make the clear aligner treatments less complicated for their patients, makes their practices more profitable.
I love that. And
Sorry about the phone.
No, that's quite all
right.
right.
I turned it off.
That's quite all right. I may have dogs barking or crickets chirping in the background, so no apologies there. Mike, what would you say is the best thing about being a leader in your industry?
Well, one of the things my dad told me a long time ago is he said, you always want to be humble and you want to be modest. So for someone else to say or decide, am I a leader in the industry, especially in telehealth? But what I like to, what I admit I like to think of myself is as a trailblazer. And because I'm always willing to use technology and my personal experiences to find new and better ways to make people's lives healthier and better. So with Align Flow, we love what we do with Align Flow because you literally see the results right there on your patient's face and their smile. So the other thing about that market is orthodontists, they're kind of at the leading edge of the fee for value approach to healthcare, which is where things really should be going. So people say they have a destination. I want my teeth to look better. I'm willing to pay to get it done. I don't care how you get it done. Let's get her done. And it's really easy to tell whether you got the right outcome or not. So it's a fun segment to be in.
That's so great. And I'm sure you make such a huge difference on the lives of your patients. So it must be also really rewarding.
Yeah, it's amazing how they respond to it. I mean, it's just incredible how dedicated they are to get it done. I mean, people care about how they look. It's the old Saturday Night Live show with, it's better to look good than to feel good, and so they care more about their teeth than they may about, their knees, but, and it just makes them happy.
That's great. That's great. Mike, I hear from other successful executives and leaders that creating authentic connections can be challenging with all the noise out there today. I'd love to hear your take on that.
Yeah, well, I tell you, there's definitely a lot of noise. Both national, local. I mean, we're in the local news here in Kansas City. There's business issues, personal issues going on, healthcare issues, politics. I mean, it's really hard to get above that. But I mean, throughout time, there's always been challenge. We've always had challenges. It doesn't matter what era you were in. So what I've always felt is you need to treat your customers and your staff well at all times, just like you would, is if you were the patient or you were the employee. And then, the old story of you need to listen to them. You need to hear what they're saying, hear what's important to them, and then use those things to improve their lives and improve your company and your product.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. So important to listen to the customer, listen to other people, and
exactly.
Actively doing so too.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What other real advice would you have for other executives or other leaders? Is there anything else you think is really important?
Well, I got a lot. Everybody tells me I talk too much. My wife tells me I talk too loud. But so I mean, I got a lot of thoughts, and it's really hard to shorten it down. So there's a lot of things that I think are truisms. I tell my managers, I tell my kids, whatever. And I think in business, it's really important to know your market. So if you personally experience a need and find a way to solve it, you got a really good chance of being successful. So you want to be an expert in your space. You don't want to be looking for a hot space to go to look to get involved in. You want to already know the space and be an expert in it. And you don't want to chase the money. You want to solve the problem and let the money find you after you do it. So I mean, I think that's number one. Number two, and I'm really big on this, is lose the ego and grow the heart. So, we're not in this to be acclaimed and win awards and everything else. I mean, I know people like that and they do it, but people, whether it's employees or customers, they can sense your commitment and your honesty. So they see it in how you act, whether it's in a facial expression or things you do, more than in what you say. So I think you want to be consistent with what your word is. If you say something, you want to stay true to that, true to your promises, whether it's a warranty for a customer or a promotion for an employee. And then the employees are going to stay with you, the customers are going to stay with you. Third thing, and this is the hard one you learn from being in a lot of businesses like I have, is you never give up. If you truly believe in what you do and you really researched it and you know it and you really believe that you made a good decision, then you're going to do fine. And if you don't believe in what you do, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place, because you picked the wrong path. If you have a setback or even multiple setbacks, you don't let them keep you from going forward, because there's a lot of reasons behind it. And sometimes those setbacks are not because you did something bad or you did something late. It's because you did something too good too early. And we had a business like that. It was a LED lighting business where we were 2 years ahead of the curve. And so for that kind of high expense lighting where you save money on maintenance and cost of energy and so on, well, when you just look at dollars for dollars, it was a 24-month return on investment. But people only look at one budget cycle. So we had to get that down to under 12 months. So it's in the same budget cycle. Then they picked it up. But we were 2 years early with the best product in the market. And by that 12 months got there, we were back in, it was a crowded mess then. So, we lost that advantage, but you never give up. And the last thing is, and this is it's not corny, it's real. It's you keep your priorities in order. My parents taught me a certain way, and I tell my kids the same thing. Priorities are God, family, work in that order, but they all get your full attention. So you don't just pick on one and not the other. They're always getting there, and you don't lose yourself in any one of them or anything else, because balance is the key. So I told you I talked a lot, but those those are the things I think are the things that I would tell people, and they're a little general, but that's good because I think they apply in a lot of cases.
No, they're great reminders either way, and I think you have a unique spin on them that's clearly something you're passionate about, and I think it's also wonderful to have those things front and center, because you can lose sight of a lot of those things,
right.
Either one of four or all four of four. So appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Mike, we're down to the last question in the interest of time.
Sure.
Could you tell us about your first job?
Well, my true first job was summer 7th grade. I worked at a fireworks stand, and I worked 8 hours a day, and I got paid with things that blew up. So they just gave me fireworks. But the real first job was I worked in a TV repair shop from 8th grade through the first 3 summers of college. So I did everything from making house calls to selling appliances to managing inventory to being shocked by 25,000 volts in the back of a TV. So it was being part of a small business. It was great that it was a small business, locally owned. You learned all the different aspects from the front of the shop to the back of the shop and the people in and out and so on. I think that's a tremendously helpful thing.
Yep, that's such a great experience. Thank you for sharing that.
You bet.
Excellent. Well, how can people get a hold of you or learn more about the business?
You can go to aligntflow.com and learn about our teledentistry solution. My contact information is out there. like I said, we're in the middle of the country here, so we're good most times during the day. And our team would be happy to tell you more about it and see how it can help you out.
Fantastic. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This is Anna Crowe. For more insights, visit crowepr.com. Thanks so much and make it a great day.
Thanks, Anna. Good talking with you.
Mike. You too.
Bye.